On the basketball court, you play 40 minutes and you finish the game. In the political court, my voice is about gone in one day in the business. Anyway, also you talk about new immigrants. When I drove up from Tel Aviv into Jerusalem, but nobody understood when I was at Tel Aviv. I asked them, where's the museum Begin? But all the time they said, where? I thought museum is museum, but I guess you pronounce it different in Hebrew or what?
Museum.
Museum, okay. So you see that I'm still a new immigrant after 40 years in Israel. And it's been beautiful years. It's a little bit of background and I'll do it quick. We have 6 minutes, right? 6 minutes? 7 minutes? Okay.
Now you're
born in Trenton, New Jersey. Went to the University of Illinois, where I finished my bachelor's degree, and played basketball on a scholarship at the University of Illinois. After I finished the U of I, 13th in the draft of the NBA draft, with Bill Bradley and Billy Cunningham, if you know those names. Rick Barry, selected one of the 10 best players in the United States. And after going through the rookie camp in Baltimore, was the Baltimore Bullets, which is the Washington Wizards. Then came the Maccabean Games. Maccabean Games turned everything around in my life. Being here in 1 week, Maccabi Tel Aviv, taking me all over the country. Everything changed as far as where I was going. And I decided to take up that challenge from Maccabi, which they said that the team never went past the first round of the European Basketball Championships. And from the first round, 1966-67 season, we went all the way to the finals, and that ride all the way to the finals really changed my thinking about going back to play professional basketball in the United States. What I saw, what it meant for world jewelry when our team played behind the Iron Curtain at that time. What I saw, what it meant for the people of Israel during the time that it was a recession. Those that remember that during those years, 66, 67 in Israel, economic recession. And I saw how the basketball was picking up the whole morale of the country. And then I saw that more or less this game basketball is more than myself. It's more than trying to be a star. It's meant something very, very important and big in my life, that where I saw the Jewish identity of world jewelry, wherever Maccabi would play, was very important. To make a long story short and finish the basketball part, our team did go on to win the European Basketball Championships the first time and 5 other times. And to tell you how much that it meant to the countries and the Jewish communities in those countries where I've been playing. And I don't want to go back into the Russian game, what it meant so much, where politics was beat by sport. Sport went over politics. We went in to play in Belgrade, where we didn't even have landing rights and no relationships, and all of a sudden El Al lands in Belgrade with 8,000 Israelis. That's when in 77 we won the first time. 77, 81 in Strasbourg, and 20 years later in Paris, where all over Paris they saw the Israeli flag going up the Champs-Élysées. I think it was the best place to put so many Israelis because they thought there was an invasion into Paris. And again, 8,000 Israelis supporting our team with Israeli flags all over. Meant so much to the Jewish communities, Jewish community in France. And then 2004 in Tel Aviv, then in Moscow in 2005, when all the prime ministers and presidents of all the countries were in Moscow in Russia for 60 years celebrating the end of World War II. Because we beat the Russian team, lost, and Putin was going to meet the president of Israel and sit with him at the game, Russia and Israel and Maccabi Tel Aviv in the finals, but they lost the day before. So our president was there, but the president of Spain was there instead of him. Anyway, we're 5 times won the European Basketball Championship, 12 times we're in the finals. We only have a very short time to tell you how much that meant to Israel and picking up the spirit, but it meant a lot. After retiring from basketball, to receive the Israel Prize, I think as an American coming into Israel and being the first sportsman in Israel to receive it. It meant a lot to me, and I think it meant a lot to sport in Israel, where the popularity was growing in all sports. I never thought about going into politics until a year ago. Bibi Benjamin Netanyahu invited me to his Lishka, Yossi Peled, and then they asked me, Tal, is the country important to you? And of all people to ask, here since 40 years in his country, and then they're asking if it's popular. So I was wondering where are they getting to, you know? And so immediately said the country is, but politics is something as far as anything for me. I've never been involved with politics, and so they said, "Okay, Tal, look, what are you doing?" So I said, "Look, education and sport, Aliyah, Klita." והתפוצות, תמיד הייתי בשליחות, תמיד הייתי בקבוצות שבאו לארץ. I always been in, sent abroad, and always in different people there from the UJA, from the different missions up to the president missions, either in my house or either going to the different luncheons and meeting people all over the world. And so with the Jewish Agency, we had a very close relationship. And with handling also children at risk in Israel, which 10 years ago, when I was sent to a UJA convention, 2 minutes? Okay. To a UJA convention in Colorado, when the American delegation sent and said to us, look, we're breaking our heads trying to raise money in Israel. What are the Israelis doing for themselves? At that time, we established what they call the Spirit of Israel. Today, 10 years later, we have a donation list of more than 200,000 Israelis that support Kfar Nor, Kiryat Yerim, Norim Hadassah near Netanya, Ben Yakir near Hadera, Ramat Hadassah in Ramat Tivon. That's one of my projects. The other projects is Rav Grossman, who received also the Israel Prize in Migdala Emek. He has 6,000 boys and girls from 0 up to 18. Put a game together between Maccabi Tel Aviv, first time against the New York Knicks. They agreed to have a charity game. We brought over $1 million back for kids at risk in Israel, for the kids up in Migdala Emek. And I'll just, I can also say we also had 2 games. It was so successful, 18,300 in Madison Square Garden. Dudu Fisher opening up with a tikva, and then Rob Grossman coming onto the middle of the floor, 18,300 Madison Square Garden, after saying thank you in English, and start singing Am Yisrael Hai, Am Yisrael Hai. 18,300 people. I'm sitting with Danny Gellerman. You get goose pimples about what was going on there. The excitement was unbelievable. The last thing, and I'm finished, is that Israel-American relations. All through my years in Israel, when a senator, or let's say when Obama was here, John Corzine, governor of New Jersey, and as Bibi said also in a press conference today, that probably be the only guy in the Knesset to play one-on-one with Obama, getting fired for about an hour on the basketball court, and let him finish him with what we have to do politically. Thank you.